Why did the BIS reclassify gold as the world's only other tier one asset? Because it's going to be something that is very important about what comes next. They wouldn't have done it otherwise. Between the reclassification, the massive central bank buying spree, and the repatriation, taking it away from where it was always kept because it gives access to the Western system, who now has lost all of their trust. So where does it all go? I don't know, brother, but I think gold goes a whole hell of a lot higher than people think, because it will be pegged to a new system and then it will never come back.
The US economy is entangled in a growing debt crisis, raising serious questions about its future economic health and growth sustainability. The government's ongoing borrowing to fund various initiatives is causing anxiety about long-term economic stability. According to Andy Schectman, CEO of Miles Franklin, the scale of the debt problem is staggering, with the US accruing $100,000 in new debt every second, leading to a colossal total of nearly $200 trillion in both funded and unfunded liabilities. This crisis is partly due to the US and the UK, which lack strong manufacturing sectors and essential resources, becoming more dependent on Eurasia for economic stability. This dependence is reflected in financial maneuvers such as the US selling treasuries to the UK, an economy also struggling financially, to cover its debt interest payments. In response to these economic challenges, countries worldwide are re-evaluating their financial strategies. With a growing focus on gold as a cornerstone of a new financial system, BRICS nations, among others, are divesting from US treasuries and reallocating their reserves into gold. This shift is seen by gold's recent surge to a record high of $2,480 per ounce on July 17th, reflecting strategic moves by central banks in BRICS Plus and other countries amid geopolitical and economic uncertainty. A particularly notable development is Project mBridge, an innovative initiative designed to operate independently of the SWIFT network, further reducing Western financial dominance. For over 3 years, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, and the central banks of China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates have collaborated on this cross-border central bank digital currency (CBDC) project. By integrating gold into this new digital currency system, Project mBridge aims to elevate gold's value and solidify its role in the global financial framework. As trust in the Western financial system diminishes, gold's value is expected to rise significantly, reinforcing its central role in stabilizing and transforming the world economy. We will present clips from Andy's interview with Capitalcosm. But before we do, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss any of our videos.
We're selling our treasuries. We're broke. We're insolvent. We're creating $100,000 of debt every second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep on going and don't stop, and you'll get to $1 trillion in 100 days. That's how much debt that we are. Well, you won't, because you will, because a trillion seconds ago is 31,688 years ago. I guess I haven't divided that by 100,000, but it should be somewhere near 100 days. And that's how much debt we're creating on top of the nearly 200 trillion that we already have in funded and in unfunded liabilities. So we're selling our treasuries to, like, the United Kingdom, and the UK is a broke country as well. Neither of us have manufacturing capabilities. Neither of us have much in the way of these natural resources that we need, or the ability to exploit them and refine them. So we sell our treasuries to the UK, one broke nation selling it to another broke nation who pays us just so we can pay the interest on the debt we already have in existence to keep the lights on, and then take the rest and send it to the BRICS nations to buy commodities, who in turn are selling treasuries that they used to put all their reserves into and taking those dollars and buying gold, which we just found out. What did we talk about last time we were together? The new unit currency, which will be traded over the mBridge, which is 40% gold backing, physical gold held within their own borders. And if you look at the white paper on the unit, the gold is held within the borders of the country that creates the unit token. In other words, it's independently audited, but not sent to a place like Moscow or Beijing. It's held by the countries that make the unit tokens, and it's deliverable. So gold will be part of a new system. Gold is the only other tier one asset. And look at the countries. I have a list of it right here. The countries that have in the past year and a half, most of them recently, taken possession of gold, taken possession. So it's one thing. See, all of these countries have left their gold at the Bank of England and the New York Fed, which gave them immediate access to the COMEX in New York and the LBMA in London. And you keep in the Bank of England, the New York Fed, you have stable jurisdictions and Western rule of law. And now, over the last 100 days, the combined volume of the Shanghai gold market and the futures market, both gold market is cash and carry. They have a small futures market. It has gone up by over 200% and is now surpassed the COMEX market in terms of volume. It's now the number 2 heaviest traded volume in the world for precious metals. But so you got all of these countries that are buying gold hand over fist. And then the most important part is Germany, Austria, Slovakia, Argentina, the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Belgium, Egypt, Senegal, Romania, Nigeria, Poland, Ghana, India, who bought 1.5 times the amount of gold they bought all of last year, which is a record year, just in the first 4 months of this year, brought it home, along with 100 metric tons they've held at the Bank of England since 1991. Turkey, France, Serbia, Venezuela, Algeria, Cameroon, South Africa, Czechoslovakia, just to name about 30. There's more. They're all repatriating their gold and buying gold because they know it will be part of a new system. Why did the BIS reclassify gold as the world's only other tier 1 asset? Because it's going to be something that is very important about what comes next. They wouldn't have done it otherwise. Between the reclassification, the massive central bank buying spree, and the repatriation, taking it away from where it was always kept because it gives access to the Western system, who now has lost all of their trust, and a new system is arising out of the BRICS and traded over Project mBridge, as we talked about, which is the cross-border payment system that is free of the SWIFT interference that Saudi Arabia has become a full participant in, that the Bank of International Settlements is backing. So the BIS, who reclassified gold tier 1, who told all the banks to bring their gold home and incentivize them all to buy it, is backing this new system. So where does it all go? I don't know, brother, but I think gold goes a whole hell of a lot higher than people think because it will be pegged to a new system.
When examining gold and silver as safe havens in today's volatile market, it's crucial to consider the role of market manipulation. Silver, in particular, has become indispensable across various sectors, including military applications, green technologies, and industrial uses. Yet, a closer look reveals that traditional silver exchanges like COMEX and LBMA have seen surprisingly few physical deliveries, with less than 1% of transactions resulting in actual metal transfers. This suggests a pattern of price manipulation by Western markets, distorting silver's true value. According to Andy, Shanghai exchanges have recently emerged as significant players, overtaking COMEX in trading volume and indicating a shift in the global silver market. This change is striking, especially considering the LBMA trades a staggering 2.9 billion ounces of silver daily, well beyond the global mine supply. This excessive trading highlights the extent of price manipulation and inventory depletion. Moreover, the rise of emerging economies has further complicated the situation. Once considered underdeveloped, these nations have become influential economic powers. Andy suggests they leverage their economic growth to acquire commodities like silver at artificially low prices, taking advantage of the inefficiencies in outdated systems such as COMEX and LBMA. This could potentially lead to more accurate market valuations and a rebalancing of global financial dynamics.
Silver is needed in military, in green, in industrial. And the thing of it is that when these exchanges for years, no one ever stood for delivery, ever, in the 140-year history of the LBMA, and since 1974 on the COMEX, less than 1% stood for delivery. That is how they're beating us. Let the West suppress the price. They're stupid. That's what they're saying. And in a coordinated fashion, slowly, not too fast. Remember that chart I showed you of the silver? It's been going for the last few years. They're just draining the exchanges using the stupid price on the West. But you can slowly see that Shanghai is now becoming more and more and more and more credible and has now outpaced COMEX. So at some point, when the Western prices, a system that can put oil at negative $40 a barrel in 2020, I mean, really? How the hell does that happen? Well, it's because it's the futures market controlling the price. And at some point, I think all of these countries across the globe say, I'm done, we're done using the COMEX. It's a Ponzi scheme. Just like Bernie Madoff was the greatest thing in the world until he wasn't, that's what the COMEX and the LBMA is when the LBMA can trade 2.9 billion ounces of silver per day, 3.5 times global mine supply. That's why their inventory has fallen off a cliff, because they're suppressing the shit out of it. And the rest of the world is now smart enough, coordinated enough, wealthy enough, cunning enough, and they're using that against us. They never were. Most of these countries were third world as far, 15, 20 years ago. And now all of a sudden they're wealthy, coordinated, sophisticated, and have the desire to stand on their own. And they do that by accumulating all the COMEX and the LBMA commodities using the suppressed prices that we have used forever. And they're using it against us. So this ends in a way where prices go a whole hell of a lot higher. When does that happen? Don't know. Should have happened a long time ago, but you can see the world is wise to what we're doing, and it's going to end.
Given the escalating US national debt and soaring deficits, the gold market will benefit significantly. As debt levels rise and concerns about the dollar's stability intensify, gold is poised to gain further traction as a safe haven asset. Historically, gold has served as a reliable hedge against inflation and currency devaluation, and this trend is expected to continue. Share your thoughts on the interview in the comments section below. Also, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notifications bell so you're always in the loop. We value your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.